Here we are. Let's see. I think it's been a few days. Well, sometimes we just get extremely busy, and I'm working on a track or two or three or four, and also this stuff. But hello.
Yeah, here I am. Here we are again. It's fun, isn't it?
It is fun.
I'm happy to do all this.
Well, today we have a special.
Yeah.
We want to do a little special something for
Brad.
and Brad's having a bit of a difficult time at the
Yeah,
moment.
he's laid up for a while. But this is going to go for him. You know, we hear people have been binge watching Coco and me. That's really flattering.
It's better than binge eating.
the being vegan.
Binge eating.
Oh, I thought you said anyway. Well, yeah, we're vegan, but I don't know if it can get any better than that though. But he's a Bobby Keys fan, you see, and
we're in Bobby Keys land.
Yeah, and he wanted to know something about Bobby, and Bobby and I went back to early Delaney Bonnie days. You know, he was one of the first members in the band. Went through a couple of different horn players, but not Bobby. When he came, he stayed, and he became a good friend, and we put it in the middle of the road more than once, you know. But when I moved to England, he and Jim Price came next. I was the first person to move to England, you know, in our bunch, and along come Bobby, and I don't know. We was always, you know, he got the gig with the Stones, he and Jim Price, and we was always hanging out. You know, he'd call me, "Hey, B-Dubs, come on over," you know, so Ronnie's coming over, blah, blah, blah. And so I'd go over to see Bobby, and same thing, he would come over to my place. And so, but we were friends for a long time, and he named his daughter Amber Keys. What a great name, you know. But he's a funny dude. He was from Texas, and I got so many stories about Bobby Keys that I can't recount them all in one little short thing. But he's from Texas, you know, and that never left him, that part of it. And when we was with Delaney and Bonnie and Friends, I mean, that was a cooking band. We had, you know, Jim Gordon, Carl Radle, me, and Delaney and Bonnie, and Bobby Keys, Jim Price. It was a cooking band. Sometimes we had Billy Preston playing electric piano. But it was a kicking band. And Bobby had this thing where I wish that I got a book of matches today, but I forgot. He was always doing some tricks with his cigarette, you know, spinning it around and throwing it in his mouth and all that kind of stuff. But he had this little parlor trick that he would do, and he would he would get a cigarette out, throw it in his mouth like that. And this is all the time, one-handed deal, you know, he's holding the saxophone like this, and this is in front of the crowd. And he'd throw the thing in his mouth, and then he'd reach in his pocket and bring out book matches. And all with one hand, he'd open it up and then get out a match and close it back up with that match exploded. Strike it, light the cigarette, fold it, put it back in his pocket, you know. And this is all while he's holding. It's a one-handed deal. One night, it was pretty impressive at parties and stuff, you know. One night, he'd roll his cigarettes and do that thing. Anyway, he was good with all that. I guess it's the saxophone thing. But one night we were up there, and the band was cooking, and I want to say, "You're my girl," you know, doing a little Richard thing. "You're my girl." Don't want to discuss it. And I mean, the band is just cooking, and then there's a break, you know,
right.
Drum break. Jim Gordon taking a little solo and all this stuff. Bobby opportunity for him. You know, he's standing in front of the crowd, then reaches in there and gets a cigarette, throws it in his mouth, reaches back in there and gets that book of matches and comes out and does his little thing, got it down, fired it up, did this, folded it, stuck it back in there, and he was smoking and started playing. Then the band kicked in, and about that time it went. It sounded like that too. Just erupted, and that nylon cowboy shirt was on fire. He was pulling that shirt off, stomping it and everything. The band never slowed down, you know. And then when he got the fire out, he's just picked right up where he was singing and playing that saxophone. No shirt, no. He put it back on. It had a huge hole in there, and he had a scar right there. Well, when he passed away, I'm sure he had that scar right there where that just seared it, all that sulfur. But,
Yeah.
Yeah, that's one of my many stories. Bobby Keys, he'd always call me. I had my place in Ascot. He said, "Hey, B-Dubs, let's go." He'd either call me B-Dubs or Bobby Whitlock. Hey, Bobby Whitlock, you know, it's like, it seemed real natural, you know. And, but he called me and said, let's go eat. Let's go to the Bailiwick. He said, "My treat." I said, "All right." And so he'd be at the Bailiwick in Virginia Water. It was a beautiful old restaurant, like dates back 12th century. And I knew the owner there and everything. And it was like about 4 miles from my house. And that didn't take any time in that Daytona. It's like, psh, you're there, you know. But we would go and we'd have always a beautiful wine, champagne, and the whole thing. I mean, you know, like all of those beautiful French dishes and English dishes that are really rich and over the top, you know. And we'd have a couple of bottles of wine and everything would be fine, and get the time for the ticket, you know. And he'll say, "I got it." And I said, "Oh, man, let me get it." He said, "No, I got it." I said, "All right." And he was expecting another comeback. It didn't work, you know. And here he had the bill and he would pay it, you know. It'd be like, you know, 400 pounds or something. And, we'd go off, he'd be pissed off about it. You know, I didn't hear from him for a couple more weeks. I knew he was mad about paying that bill. Phone would ring. "Hey, Bobby Whitlock, let's meet me over at the Bailiwick, you know, let's have some dinner. I got so-and-so's Donovan's gonna show up and all that." You know? I said, "Okay." Put him over at the Bailiwick, and sure enough, there we are. Same thing, same scenario. Always the finest champagne, finest wine, you know, pheasant under glass, all these kind of really 5-star stuff, you know, special stuff. And the bill would come in this time because we had like either Don or you know, Ronnie or somebody with us. It was like the bill would come back and it was like, you know, 600 pounds. You know, because you got that much more champagne and wine going around and a little bit longer conversation. And I said, let me get it. He said, "No, I got it." No. Let me have it this time, Bobby. He said, "No, I got it, all right." And he'd take it. And I said, "Okay," you know, because he wasn't going to be outdone in front of his rock star buddies, you know. And he said, "Okay." I wouldn't hear from him for 2 more weeks. "Hey, B-Dubs, meet me down at the Bailiwick." I said, "All right, but look, I'm buying this time, all right? I mean, I'm tired of this game, you know. I'm buying." He said, "All right." You know, so he had Judy with him and somebody else, I don't know, that turned out to be his wife. Whole thing, all first class, 5-star stuff. And I got the ticket. He said, "No, I got it. I said, "Okay." Oh, man. I talked to him when he was sick in the hospital right before he passed away. And it was good to talk to him, you know. And he said, well, I always reminiscing about some things. And he said, well, I'll be done. He said, I got a bigger kettle of fish to fry about right now, you know. And he passed away right after that, you know, a few days later or something. But yeah, what a character. You know, I'm glad to have known him, and he and I run through the world together and did some real important stuff, played some great shows, you know, pretty amazing. I'm glad to have been able to call Bobby Keys my friend.